Have you ever noticed your body, or the body of someone you love, sending quiet signals that seem ordinary but somehow feel different? Maybe it's more naps in the afternoon, a favorite meal left untouched, or a sudden silence where conversation used to flow. At first glance, it looks like just aging. But what if these simple shifts carry deeper meaning? Messages the body whispers in its final chapter. Doctors at places like Johns Hopkins, Mayo Clinic, and Harvard have seen these subtle signs again and again in people approaching life's end. And the surprising truth is this: the signs are not always dramatic. They often appear small, almost invisible, until one day, families realize they were signals all along. In this video, we'll uncover 7 quiet but powerful changes the body makes near life's end, and more importantly, what they mean for love, care, and dignity. Stay with me until the very end, because the 7th sign may completely change how you see aging, caregiving, and what truly matters in life's final season. And before we begin, I invite you to click subscribe and turn on the bell notification, because this channel is dedicated to helping you understand the deeper truths of health, aging, and wisdom, truths that bring clarity and comfort. Let's get started. Number 1. The shift in sleep patterns. One of the first and most overlooked signs is a change in sleep. At first, it looks harmless. Someone starts sleeping more during the day and staying awake at odd hours of the night. Families often think it's boredom, laziness, or just poor sleep habits. But doctors know that this change often signals the body is conserving its remaining energy. Take Harold, an 81-year-old from Tennessee. For decades, he watched baseball reruns every afternoon. But one year, his daughter noticed he couldn't stay awake past the first inning. Weeks later, he was sleeping 18 hours a day, restless at 2 a.m. while the rest of the house was silent. His family thought it was just old age, but his doctor gently explained Harold's body was preparing for its final season. Researchers at Harvard have found that as the body slows down, the brain's internal clock begins to misfire. Day blends into night, and normal rhythms fade. So what can you do if you notice this? 1. Keep a simple notebook of sleep hours. 2. If your loved one rests more than 15 to 16 hours daily for over a week, share this with their doctor. 3. Most importantly, don't push them to stay awake. Instead, sit beside them. Read aloud. Hold their hand. These moments become opportunities for connection. Recognizing this sign is not surrender. It's choosing to love wisely, to sit with presence while they rest. Number 2. Loss of appetite. Another quiet but powerful sign is when someone no longer wants to eat. Meals often symbolize family, love, and celebration. So when a person suddenly eats less, families get worried or even frustrated. But appetite loss isn't stubbornness. It's biology. Ethel, an 82-year-old from Michigan, baked apple pies every Sunday for 60 years. One autumn, her daughter noticed she didn't touch her slice. Weeks later, Ethel wasn't interested in food at all. She began losing weight rapidly. Doctors explained that as the body nears its final stage, digestion becomes less of a priority. Energy is rerouted to keep the heart and lungs working. Instead of forcing large meals, offer small comforts. 1. A spoonful of warm soup. 2. A bite of fruit. 3. A sip of broth. Meals at this stage are not about calories. They're about comfort and presence. Sit beside them. Hum an old tune. Share a memory. If you find this insight helpful, comment 2 below and let me know you're still watching. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss our future videos on health, aging, and life wisdom. Number 3. Social withdrawal. This one often surprises families. A loved one who once loved gatherings, phone calls, and laughter begins withdrawing. Franklin, 84, never missed Friday poker nights. But one day, he stopped showing up. He ignored calls from his grandson. He preferred long hours alone. His daughter worried he was depressed. But his doctor explained, sometimes the body and spirit naturally turn inward before life's close. Specialists at Johns Hopkins remind us that this isn't rejection, it's reflection. The person is preparing in their own way, seeking peace rather than stimulation. So, how should you respond? 1. Don't pressure them to be social. 2. Sit nearby with a book. 3. Play their favorite music. 4. Offer quiet companionship. Sometimes the greatest love is shown not in words, but in silence shared together. Number 4. Conversations with the unseen. Families often feel unsettled when a loved one begins talking with people who passed long ago. But this too is a common sign. Vernon, 86, often spoke to his wife Martha, even though she'd been gone 6 years. His daughter worried it was dementia, but hospice nurses reassured her these experiences are not unusual. According to the Cleveland Clinic, as oxygen levels shift and the brain changes, people may vividly recall loved ones or feel their presence. Far from frightening, these moments often bring peace. The mistake families make is trying to correct them. That's not real. Instead, lean in. Ask gentle questions. Listen. Write down what they share. You may hear stories never told before. These conversations are not confusion. They are sacred bridges between here and beyond. If you're still with me, comment 4 below. And don't forget, subscribing helps us continue sharing wisdom like this with thousands of families. Number 5. Loss of physical strength. This sign is one of the clearest and often the hardest for families to witness. Carmen, 83, loved tending her roses. One spring, her daughter noticed she struggled to rise from her chair. Days later, Carmen needed help walking across the room. The American Geriatric Society explains, in the final months, the body directs its remaining energy to vital organs. Muscles, which need high energy, weaken. This isn't laziness, it's biology. The danger is when families push too hard. Come on, you can do it. Instead, focus on safety. 1. Remove loose rugs. 2. Add grab bars. 3. Offer support without guilt. Strength fading is not failure. It's the body asking for gentleness. Meeting it with patience turns frustration into compassion. Number 6. Changes in breathing. Perhaps the most frightening for families are changes in breathing. Breaths become shallow, then rapid, then pause for long stretches. This is called Cheyne-Stokes breathing. To families, it feels terrifying. But doctors reassure us, for the person, it's rarely distressing. Raymond, a 79-year-old retired firefighter, showed this pattern. His wife Elaine would hold her breath every time his breathing stopped, until she understood. Then fear gave way to love. She learned she wasn't supposed to fix anything, just be there. Holding his hand, sitting in presence. That was the medicine. If this part touched you, comment 6 below, so I know you're still with me. Number 7. Emotional preparation and letting go. The final sign is not in the body, but in the heart. Many nearing life's end begin preparing emotionally. They may talk about regrets, reach out to old friends, or give away treasured items with stories attached. Lawrence, 85, hadn't spoken to his brother in 15 years. One morning, he asked to call him. No one remembered why they'd fallen out, but Lawrence needed to mend it. He also gave away his old tools, each with a story for his children and grandchildren. His family thought he was giving up, but his nurse explained he wasn't surrendering. He was creating peace. The National Institute on Aging notes that resolving unfinished matters is a natural part of life's close. These gestures are not about loss. They're about legacy. When families honor them, these moments become treasures that bring comfort long after. Finally, these 7 quiet signals, changes in sleep, appetite, social connection, conversations with the unseen, strength, breathing, and emotional preparation, are not random. They are messages. Messages that the body and spirit are entering a final season. Recognizing them doesn't mean giving up hope. It means shifting how we show love. It means responding with presence instead of frustration, with tenderness instead of fear. And here's the truth. The last chapter of life can be filled with profound beauty if we listen closely. A look, a touch, a word spoken softly can mean more than any medicine. If you're noticing these signs in someone you love, may this bring you clarity and peace. And if you are experiencing them yourself, know this: it is not something to fear. It is a reminder that dignity, love, and gentleness are what matter most. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 7 signs surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read each one, and your words bring encouragement to this community. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need it. Your support allows us to keep creating videos that bring wisdom and comfort. Thank you for spending this time with me. May we all walk forward with love, patience, and compassion for ourselves and for those we hold dear.